They're all good?
They're all good.
On the Daily, episode 1, officially.
No.
Times. And we're live.
What's up, guys?
1.
On the Daily.
This is our first
podcast.
take, just so everyone knows.
Yeah, we have definitely not run like 4 takes before this.
We're
first
pros.
take.
This is like the 5th take
Yikes.
of the cameras.
Thanks, Josh.
And
You
Tessie
got
not
me. You got
recording.
me.
First episode, official episode. The first audio only that we did was with Josh, who's here. He's helping us out. He's
Josh
doing the
Krieger
interview
here.
because he's interviewing me and George.
gonna
George
be
and I.
Trying to lead an interview.
Tessie's here. So this is official episode 1 of On the Daily podcast. Tessie, what's up?
What's up, guys? Tessie here.
Got Big Pro here.
You're
Got Joshua Krieger.
Yo.
He was on episode 0. Tap in, listen
You
to
can pause
it.
this episode now. Go back
We'll wait for you.
Josh. Don't fuck up this time.
on the Apple Podcast. You can type it on the Daily.
People loved it. It was a great episode.
Is this going to go on Apple Podcasts?
This will
and
be on
YouTube?
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Rumble, right?
It's going everywhere. We were just
Everywhere.
talking
Rumble
about
with
it.
Top G.
Rumble with
Shout
Top
out
G,
Top G.
And YouTube
Cobra
for sure.
Gun.
Kelvin's in the building too. Shout out Kelvin.
Kelvin's
Big
here
guy.
helping us out.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. So Josh
Kelvin's
gonna help
having
us.
a ball.
He's loving this.
He's loving it. He's loving it. We suck.
whole lot of cook shit.
Whole lot of cook shit. So
we're-
bad.
It's
So
fine.
bad.
It's fine because we're gonna.
No, this is great.
Hey, it's a
I think-
learning experience.
No, this is great. I
Remember
think.
when we stopped playing ball for 3 months? The first game back.
That was so bad.
Oh, I was trash. But now we're back.
We're back. Josh,
Come on,
go.
lead us
So
off,
who am
man.
I sitting here with today?
Pro, George, and you're about to ask me where I'm from. I'm
George.
from Miami.
I
man.
mean,
I'm from Miami.
it's
I'm
not the
born
George
and
not
raised.
the
Jorge.
5th time we're doing
Yeah,
this.
it's not.
Proxy.
I'm Jonathan Skrill is my nickname. Everybody knows me as that. I'm from California, San Francisco, born and raised. Yeah,
All right.
What's next? What's next?
Where are you guys from?
we just told you, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm from Miami, born and raised.
San Fran.
Shout out Miami Gardens, actually.
Shout out the homeless people in San Fran.
Because Miami's really just down here. I'm from Miami Gardens.
Yeah,
Where's Masvidal from?
Kendall?
Kendall. I think
Everyone's
is he from Kendall?
Shout out Flacco. Where is he?
Where is Flacco?
Where is Flacco?
Who's Flacco?
Playing
Wait,
for-
actually,
for the
where was
listeners.
he the whole day, Tessie? It's Thursday.
He was here.
He was here.
He was in the building.
Oh, he did.
Oh, okay, because when I
He
got
left
here,
at
He was-
six- he
For
left
the
at
listeners,
6:50.
who's
Oh,
Flacco?
okay,
Who's
okay.
Flacco's our
Flacco?
other partner.
Flacco.
He'll have his
Shout
own
out
episode.
Flacco.
Let's not make this about him.
Lexo.
Flacco.
Anyways, how did we meet? I met George. I sold him a pair of shoes.
He made the question.
I
Jonathan
sold
sent me
I
the
sold George a
questions.
pair of shoes. Did not know who the fuck he was, but he worked at Sports Authority. I also worked at Sports Authority, but a different location.
Shout out Kenson.
Sold him a shoe. Atmos 2007
Kenson.
Atmos Air Max 1. He loved the shoe. That bonded us together.
Still
and then
love it
we.
to this day. I have the 2017 retro.
27 retros. Where'd you
I
get those
won't
at?
sell it to any of you. Folks.
I had to sell
Stop
mine
asking.
because I ollied in them and the whole elephant print just scraped
Skater,
off.
huh?
So I need to get another pair.
Gator?
Excuses,
Terrible,
man.
terrible.
Where are you all in?
I didn't even land it. Terrible.
skateboard?
I'm so
It was
trash.
here, no?
It was no, it was in
Just,
Hialeah.
terrible.
Yeah, but so yeah, met George through that, and then we kept in contact. Sold him a shoe here and there. He sold me a shoe.
I'd always hit him up to ask him about Supreme. Remember that era? Supreme didn't exist down
nobody
here.
in
It was
Miami
only
knew
in the New York store. No one in Miami has Supreme.
Nobody.
I'd send this guy a Supreme hat that just never existed. And he'd reply bro, that
The
never,
fuck is
that
this?
never came out. But I'd
Oh,
always
because
ask
you
him,
wouldn't know.
to this
Oh, you're
day,
saying
I
you
have
would-
him
Nobody
saved.
in Miami knew what the fuck
But
Supreme
you knew
was.
the fake Supreme.
No, yeah, I knew.
So
I
you're
knew
kinda-
Supreme. So
you're-
when he sent me the show, I was
So
like,
you're
yeah,
kind
it's
of
no
like
good.
Il Naj.
I'm like the Miami Il Naj, pretty
John
much.
Lee.
John Lee.
For the cameras, this is Jorge's phone. He's got them as Jonathan Supreme in here.
That's my boy, man.
I think that's.
Jonathan
I think that's.
Supreme
You've had
for
me
life.
that. You've had me as that for since we met. I think
Because I would ask you about Supreme.
There you
That's
go.
how knew.
There you go. But yeah.
Supreme way before.
So yeah,
Way
nobody in
before
Miami knew
before
about Supreme.
any of the
Strictly
other-
Supreme
the
was
other
the
guys.
only place where you could buy Supreme for the most part.
And I
A
didn't find out
forum.
about Strictly Supreme until way after
Yeah,
we
yeah.
opened the store that he would post on there.
Yeah, I used to post on there. That's how I met fucking Julian from Stray Rats, Iron Coops. He used to post on there heavy.
Big coops.
And yeah,
That guy knows Frank Ocean.
He
and
does know Frank Ocean.
has come to our
Frank
store.
Ocean has been in this
Not
store
once.
twice.
But twice, Tyler.
Ace-
The
AC
Frank Ocean.
The Frank Ocean AC did not work.
What's next? What's next? You
AC
got
did
questions
not
and
work.
shit for us?
But
Okay,
yeah.
so what do you guys do?
We sell shoes, man. We got a shoe store. We got a vintage store.
Tell us about
We
the
are the
shoe store.
founding partners of Daily, and then we got some other partners here and there. But yeah, we started a shoe store in Hialeah. Tiny little fucking office space in Hialeah.
49th and Lejeune.
49th and Lejeune.
Shout out Barbarita. Love you.
Satan's asshole, a.k.a. Hialeah.
Hey,
I don't
that
like
location was hilarious.
There's
With
a lot of
I
memories there.
worked for that store for
A lot of memories of that place,
for
but
a minute.
We spoke about it on episode 0.
yeah, he loved
Episode
it.
0, if
He
you
was
want.
paid under the
Rode
table.
your bike out there a few times.
Of course.
But yeah, so we started the shoe store in Hialeah. Probably a few years after we met, he put me in touch with some reselling that was possibly going to happen with the Area 72 pack, and then I went with him and we camped out, and then
I can't believe if you are out there today and you paid $500 for those Barclays, come to Daily. I'll give you 10% off whatever you
I
buy.
definitely sold a lot of those for like
'Cause
$450 plus.
I genuinely
The
feel
Barkley
bad.
Posit?
The Barkley, yeah, the
Barkley
Air-
Posit Maxes. They know who they are.
Those shoes are so bad. Oh my god, I had pairs of those.
Yeah, people
We
bought them.
always
bro.
Those
sold
such a
them, and I
terrible
didn't
shoe.
understand it.
That
I'm
is
just
weird.
like,
That shoe
this
was
I-
so
it
bad.
was a
this
cool
is-
looking
I
shoe,
didn't
but
get
it was
the Kobe's, the
yeah.
LeBrons,
The Kobe's,
the
LeBrons were so
KDs.
hard to get.
They did an Air Max.
It was
Flight
they did an
Max,
Air Force Max, which
some
is another
shit.
Barkley
Just-
version of a
just
Nike
terrible.
shoe.
They were selling for like $400 to
Yeah.
$600.
That whole pack.
So
yeah.
Barkley was booming back
Booming.
in 2012.
Not
20
even. No,
10,
not even because
2013,
it was
what
just
years
that, bro. It was because the Galaxy pack came out, and then the next year they did the Area 72 pack, and that
The
carried
Galaxy
over.
dropped
Yeah,
with
they
the-
could have
the-
dropped
the
any
Galaxy
shoe.
dropped with the phone posits.
Yes.
So one
That
thing
changed the game.
about
The Galaxy was the year
resellers-
before. Area 72 came out the year
Yeah,
after.
I know, but I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah.
Galaxy dropped.
Oh
with the
yeah, for
Galaxy,
sure, yeah.
And the Area
And then you
72
throw in
followed
2011
later.
Concords in there. Game was on
That was a
fire at
different
that point.
time.
How
That was a
old are
different
you
time.
when that came out, Josh?
Oh my god.
2011 Concords. I was 16.
Okay,
Oh
you were
my
in.
God,
Okay,
you were
yeah,
just a
we
little-
started around
little
that
child.
Because when I was 16, the DMP pack just came out.
Yeah, when
You were
I-
probably 17.
I was 17. What the fuck came out at that point? BMP pack,
Yeah, all the old
Yeah.
6 shit,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
lifestyle
yeah.
shit, Olive 5s.
Aqua 8.
So I would hit him
All
up
that
and
shit.
be like, yo, I'm going to go out
All
here,
bangers.
camp out, probably make some bread.
Yeah, we made some bread with a few campouts, and then that I remember
You're hitting the
specifically.
loops. You were
I rem-
looping.
yeah, we were looping. Specifically,
kids
I
call it
remember
these
that loop at Aventura Mall is the first time I ever told him, "Yo, you ever think about starting a store or like consignment? I want to open up a consignment
So
shop."
what made you want to do that?
Riff LA, shout out Riff LA, shout out Jeff and what's the other guy's name? Jeff.
John Lee? Oh,
No,
Ed.
Jeff
You're talking
and
about
Ed.
the owners.
Jeff
yeah,
and Ed,
Jeff
owners of Riff. They inspired me to want a consignment store because in Miami, the only other store was ATC, infamously known as the store that stole everybody's shoes.
Fucking
And at that time, it's like, yo, we want to open up a consignment shop. But the only reputable shop ever in Miami stole everybody's
We're
shoes.
doing consignment out the crib.
So yeah, we
And, like,
ended up.
people trusted
People
us.
still trusted us. It was very
so you
strange,
started
but
initially out
of our houses for the most part. So
and selling stuff.
I gave him the idea of let's do it. He said, "Hell yeah, let's do it."
Okay.
We met up. We came up with a name.
Well, at first I was like, bro, I don't have bread.
Yeah, that's
like, man, I got like
first and
1,500
foremost. I think I
no
I
money.
put my tax return as my initial $1,000 into the business, and then he put in $1,000.
Big parlay.
Yeah.
Yeah, heavy.
Different times though, because we were able to buy a lot of stuff with 2,000.
Oh, for sure. Oh, it's insane. So we started off with 2K, and then since we kind of like just did online only, we started a website on Big Cartel.
And what was that called?
That was called wearekicksdaily.com. That was
We Are Kicks.
We Are Kicks Daily was the website. The initial name was just Kicks Daily. Then it transitioned into Daily, but Kicks Daily is the original thing. We started just buying random shit on Craigslist. We got shoes on consignment from friends of his, people I knew, and little by
Selling them on
little.
Craigslist.
Yeah, we'd sell
For
on.
the
No,
most
we
part?
sold on our website, and we
Yeah.
started on Instagram. So at that point, Instagram was first like popping.
No, and it also took like a month and a half.
And what
before
year
we
was
sold
what
one
year was
thing.
this?
This was 2013,
Yeah, 2013.
like early 2013.
That's when you started
Yeah.
taking the Craigslist.
Actually, summer 2013. So we started like
Right in the middle. Actually,
whenever
'cause
people would randomly hit us up with like, "Oh, I got these shoes. Can you help me sell them?" Yeah, fuck it. They would drop it off at my house, his house. We bought light boxes. We made our own light boxes for the most part.
And like
took
he knew all
pictures.
about the photo stuff. I didn't know how to take a single
Johnny Sharp with the
picture. I
camera?
bought a camera.
I was-
had a
at
light
that
box set up
time,
at
yeah,
my
familiar
crib.
with
I
it.
was taking pics. I would practice like how to edit the photos, and yeah, he knew already about. I think you were into photography.
I was into photography at the
Yeah,
time. Yeah,
so he already had
Kinda
the
outgrew it,
leg
but
up
yeah, I
on
was
that,
heavy
and
into it.
then whatever he was gonna do in terms of daily or Kicks Daily at the time, I was like, all right, I could set up the same thing at my house.
Yeah, so we had our-
even though I had no idea how to work a camera, I was just like, this is my business, this is what I want to do.
we got it to the point where it was like, by any means necessary, we got to make this work, and we did. And we just sold shoes that we bought on Craigslist or from people that we knew, and
I think like 2 months in, I got laid off I was working
yeah.
at a warehouse job there, running an eBay store, and then
Don't say the name.
yeah, I won't say the
Do
name.
not say the
then
name.
the next week you got fired or
Yes.
blackballed.
So I was
or
working.
whatever
Yeah.
at
So
Dick's.
while we were doing that, I was working at Dick's Sporting Goods. They found out I was selling shoes. Someone snitched on me because they got in trouble for some shit. They did some shady
They
shit.
were stealing. Or
They were
something.
stealing, and they were like,
Internal
"Oh,
theft.
you got to
It's
look into
always
this guy.
internal
You
theft.
got to look into this guy." They
Because what were you doing? They were stealing, and
I wasn't doing shit. So they
were
put me.
stealing?
No, man. They put me in the fucking office. They had some FBI motherfuckers asking me questions like, "Did you use your discount to buy shoes?" I'm like, "Bro, you guys sell Asics. I don't sell."
You know, to this day, I don't
Cooked.
know if that was an actual like FBI guy.
Why would there be an FBI?
They
guy?
made it seem like it was
some
some-
workers
yeah.
there. Like you could just
The
easily
16
scare
year-
us.
the
Like,
16
but
year-
you're getting
It was
How
interrogated.
old
insane.
were you?
I was getting interrogated.
Oh, no, you're
I was
people were getting
scared, bro.
fired.
Yeah, people were getting
You were
chopped.
getting-
Someone told us that you've been using your discount to buy shoes and sell them on your website. I pull up my website on the phone. I'm like, "Yo, these are all Jordan retros. You guys don't sell Jordans. The fuck you talking about?" They're like, "Nah, someone told us. Blah blah blah. You either close your website down or you're gonna get fired." And I was like, "Fuck, man. I got bills. I can't. I need this
You said,
job."
fuck them.
So they told me you have 2 days to make up your mind, whatever you want to do. I went home. I talked to my girl, talked to my parents. I was like, "Yeah, nah, fuck this." They expected me to come back the next day and say, "Okay, I closed up shop. Let me continue this, whatever path I'm on to be a manager at Dick's Sporting Goods, whatever the fuck." And I told them, I said,
you didn't want that route.
I did not want that.
Did you want that route?
Never in my life. At that point, maybe, but no.
At that point, man.
In retrospect, no, not
And
at all.
it was definitely for me, anyways. It was like
Because you were also doing.
it was scary because I got
You
laid
were also
off.
working at Sports.
But not no. He
No, I
had
was
left
at
for
the
another job,
warehouse job.
but he got
I
laid
got
off at
laid
that
off.
job.
Okay.
So imagine-
it's a polite way of them firing you.
Yeah.
What would you do to get fired?
I got laid off, so they didn't have enough money to pay me.
They just let him go.
I got laid off, but
Yeah.
I got laid off. But to me, I looked at it like they were just saying that. You get me? 'Cause,
They were just nicely saying.
I'm not gonna pocket watch, but it's like I saw the cars that were coming in, and I was taking photos, doing my job, and I'm like, the flow of business is still here. I guess they were fearful of what was gonna come. Then they let me go.
Yeah.
But I remember going home and I was telling my mom, like, damn, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Do I just like
Shout out your mom.
go out there? Yeah, shout out my mom. Love that lady to death.
Yes, sir.
She adopted me, by the way. You know the story. But yeah, I was asking her like, man, do I go out there and get like another job at like pizza or some shit? Or because it took me a while to get an office job like that warehouse job where I was getting paid $11 an hour or something.
So during this whole time, you're doing the. This is before.
dailies on the
or
side. but
dailies on the side. But
it
you're
wasn't
also,
It was a
profiting.
completely
It was
side thing.
like-
Yeah,
No,
we're
no,
just
but yeah,
we're getting
if
by.
If we
It was
sold
literally-
10 shoes in a month or whatever, it was a W. Just
It was
'cause
just a
like,
hobby
damn,
for the
they
most
trust
part.
us,
Yeah.
like, these randoms, and the shoes were going to people out of Florida. So we were like, oh shit! How did they even see our website? Instagram. That's one of the. If you go on my IG at Proximo with a 0 instead of a O,
we'll put it in the description.
you'll see like I posted when we had 2,000 followers,
Yeah.
then 5,000, then 7, then 10.
But
and
is
it's like-
this all before you had the physical location?
Yes.
or-
yeah, it's just online.
Oh, so
Online,
how
so
many
s-
followers?
Well, me
would
and
you
him
say?
are waking up every day and like competing. Like I'd wake up. I'm a late guy. I'm not a morning person. This
Yeah.
guy's up at like 9 a.m. texting me. I got 20 pairs already, and I'd be like, "Fuck, I gotta match that." You get me?
Where do you get 20 from?
here
Craigslist.
I am at 2
You were
p.m.
sniping them. You were hitting loops.
Craigslist. So
looping.
Craigslist was the spot to get shit.
Craigslist. Was
Well, let me
booming.
finish the
And I
Dick's
kept
shit.
buying fake bread 11s.
Oh, I love
on
that.
Craigslist.
The
So
best.
I
many
just
fake bread
kept
11s.
buying them.
So Dick's Sporting Goods gave me the ultimatum. I gave him the 2 weeks notice. I said, "Fuck you." I quit. I literally quit. I did my 2 weeks. I left. I was jobless. He was jobless. At that point, I was about to get married. It was like, yo, we gotta figure something out. Then we went harder and harder and harder, and then it led to opening the store up. But yeah, so we'd compete pretty much for the most part. We buy stuff on
And then,
Craigslist.
so until what made you open the store was when
We just
your,
said
your day jobs are starting to.
no. We just had no day jobs. It was
I know, but
literally
because they push you away,
yeah. We were
but
pretty,
not because you left.
no.
That's what I'm saying. So it worked out.
We pretty much
It gave
our
us a
hand was
reason
forced.
to do it 24/7.
Yeah, yeah. So we put we did it. We went all out.
Work.
I know.
And imagine you're there 8 hours of the day. By the time you get out, you can't buy something on Craigslist. This cycle would meet people up at 2 a.m.,
No
3
good.
a.m.,
No good.
1 a.m.
So bad.
I wasn't doing that. I
doing
was just
Taco
like,
Bell
nah,
runs. Fucking
No,
linking
not
up.
even, bro. I was just
buying shoes
I
off
was linking up
people
with
at
people in
that time.
fucking Miami Gardens for Taxi 12s. It was
And
insane.
there'll be
Love the
times where it's
Taxi
like
12s.
you just gotta hope it goes well.
How many meetups do
On
you
your
think we did?
Craigslist, how many who's got more meetups on Craigslist?
Probably me.
How many?
I don't know. Hundreds of meetups.
Thousands?
No,
It
not
got to a
thousands. Definitely
point
hundreds
Over
for sure.
200 meetups?
Probably
It
two,
gets
maybe.
to a point where you just
Never had any
People
issues?
Never had an issue. Though.
Never had
It's
any-
crazy.
hitting you up like, yo,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got this for sale now.
Yeah, of course.
That
once
you
they know
met
you're
up
buying
once on
something.
Craigslist, and it's like, oh shit, stuff is flowing our way.
Gotcha.
And then your friends and family, they're like, hey, that's a sneaker guy. So you either have a shoe for sale or you're buying something from them.
Okay. So what year did you get to opening the store?
So we started mid 2013
when the physical location.
Yeah, so 2014 October of 2014 is when we started the actual store. So
How long did the process of the store
So
take?
my mom-in-law owns a building on Lejeune and 49th. It's an interior design business.
What's the name of the
It's called Barbaritas Interiors.
Shout out
Shout out
Barbarita.
Barbarita.
So she had like a big, it's a pretty big building. It's like pretty much the size of this shit. And she had a small office, right? She told me, oh, I have a good amount of space for you if you want to like do your shoe stuff out of there. I said, okay, we'll check it out. And when I go,
Well,
it was,
keep in mind, we don't know where it's at.
yeah, I
don't know,
bro,
like-
I don't fuck with Hailey. I didn't know anything about
You
Hailey.
didn't fuck with Hailey.
I just showed up. And then she
Coming
tells
from
me
where?
this is the spot. She walks me to the back. I'm expecting it to be like a storefront. Like that's what she made it seem like. But it was a fucking office all the way in the back of the fucking business. Like literally an office, bro. Like the size of a bathroom.
I wonder if she remembers how many square feet that was.
It was so small, bro. It was tiny.
Probably like 600-700.
So then she was like, this is what I have. And I said, look, I was expecting a storefront. So then she goes, wait, we can kind of make you a storefront, but you're going to have to pay for it. I said, all right, that's fine. I told him, yo.
It had house windows.
It had yeah.
It was terrible.
So we had to pay for like impact glass to get installed. We pretty much had to make it look like a storefront. Yeah. And she made a makeshift storefront that was probably like, I don't know, maybe 450 square feet long. It was like long as fuck. We had a shoe wall. And then the stock room, it looked like a stock room to the customers that would come in, but behind that door was my father-in-law making fucking blinds and cutting wood, and you would hear
Shout
the
out
fucking
PT.
saw while we're working. Oh my god!
Yo, you'd be checking someone out.
And they're like, yo, what the fuck is that? They'd be like, yo, what is that?
Hey,
And we're like, oh,
business,
I don't
man,
know.
we're here.
It's next door.
We're
It's next
sending
door.
you
It's
here.
not us.
You're live. You're
Hilarious.
The shape of the store was a rectangular piece, but like a third of it cut into her sales floor.
Yeah. So she
And
gave
was
up.
cool with it.
She was fine with it.
It was a very odd layout.
She definitely hooked us up. She charges really cheap rent as long as we paid for all the stuff that we did to the store. And little by little, as time went by, and we started
$500.
we paid $500 a month for the first first year or two. And she pretty much gave us more space as time went by. She saw that we were growing, so she's like, okay, you can have a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then it just kept cutting into my father-in-law's space, and he was just pissed.
More vigilant. He'd start smoking cigars.
He was, man. It was
You forced PT out of his.
He'd start smoking cigars.
we'd come in and open the store, and it would just smell like Cohiba. Like it was
like
bad, bro.
cigars.
We're like, oh my god,
That guy was he knew how to play the game. He knew how to play
it was
the
insane.
game. For
So
sure.
this was 2013 to 2015. We're organically growing the store through Instagram, selling on our website. Then people we got to the point where we would go to sneaker cons. And at this time, I'm telling you right now,
This is the
we
sneaker
were
con era.
we were some of the only people going to these places besides VNDS 23.
Yeah,
Who
they
was
would clean up.
these two guys that would go and just buy nothing but used shoes. And we met I'm Just KD, which is Corel Dozier,
I remember
one of the
first
biggest-
time we
that was in
met
Cleveland.
That guy, bro.
one of the biggest resellers in the history of the
He
game.
only
Shout out
dealt with
KD.
Flight Club.
I'm Just KD is his Instagram. Fucking legend. He doesn't. I don't think he does it anymore, but he's a fucking legend.
It was so different to us though, because we're like buy low, sell low at
Yeah.
this time.
We're the only ones, in my opinion, buying the stuff that we were buying and selling it for the prices that we were selling it for.
And this dude would like go up to a table, look up stuff on Flight Club. I'm like, yo, screw, you see these guys? They're like, they think that they're gonna sell this stuff.
Yeah,
on
we
Flight Club.
laughed.
And we're
We literally
"Ah,
like, yeah,
good luck
okay,
with that,
buddy.
man."
Why the Flight Club hate?
Because it made no sense.
Back then, it
Flight
was
Club was
Flight
like,
Club
who's
wasn't
paying
popping?
that
I had never
price?
bought anything from Flight
Or just
Club.
Flight
I know
Club
he
was
never
taxed.
bought nothing from Flight Club. Yeah, the prices were
So
insane.
yeah,
Price
Flight
was
Club was
OD.
way taxed at that time.
Nobody was buying like
So you're
that.
just
I
like-
knew. I
so you're just
personally
like,
did
this
not know
guy's
anybody.
posting on Flight Club.
Yeah, good luck, pal.
Good luck, pal.
Yeah,
And then we would keep seeing
Little
him.
do you know.
yeah. Little did we know he was
Booming.
He was killing it. But yeah, so we were just buying at sneaker cons. We'd go, we'd ship all the stuff back. with no account, no nothing. We were spending money out of our pockets, spreading the postage cost.
We break down all the boxes
Yes,
in the middle of FedEx and UPS.
At that time, bro, nobody was doing this. So
Stuff
people
all the
looked at us
shoes
and we were
there and
fucking
there,
insane.
and
The
then
fuck are these guys doing? They're just putting fucking 50 shoes in a box. It
and
made
the
no
store will
sense.
be closed for a weekend. So if you're a customer and you didn't go on Instagram
Yeah.
or something, you pull up, we're out of there.
We're not there.
The
So
store would just close
Yeah.
randomly now
Yeah,
all the
shout
time.
out
now?
our customers
later
that
on,
dealt
man,
with
relax.
that, and they were understanding.
So you'd close.
We were
all
growing,
weekend
we were growing,
back
trying to figure it out.
with a brand new stash.
We'd
yeah,
come
yeah,
back
exactly. It
and
was like
we'd
a
have
new drop, like how
100
people do
pairs.
now. Like, oh, this is a new drop for the next day. That's
when
what
did
we
you
would
start
do.
going? What year is this? You started.
This was
going
like
to sneaker
2015, going into 16. But at this point, we ended up telling each other like, yo. We grew our cap from like 2,000 to maybe like 5,000, and we're like, "Yo, we should just have people come and sell us stuff." And
So
the
before
day
that, you weren't buying.
we
you weren't
were
posting
not
as
buying because we didn't.
You were just to sell.
Yeah, we were just
Consign?
we were
You're
taking
advertising
consignment. We were taking
consignment,
consignment from
okay.
people we knew, and then it got to the point where I told him, "Yo, we should just have people sell shit." The first day people started bringing us shoes, we had I remember how big the fucking stack of shoes was. And we're like, "Yo, we could do this every day," but we didn't have that much cap, so we literally had to recycle.
Imagine we're like
people
we
were
borrowed.
People were selling us shit.
Yeah, but people were buying this.
Yeah,
stuff.
people were buying. Yeah, so we were able to recycle it.
What did we borrow from Barbarita the first time? $4
It
grand?
was like 5K.
Nothing.
So
And like
yeah, so my
we paid her
mom-in-law
back
kept
in
helping
a
us
few
out.
months and-
She saw that we were actually like trying, so she kept like helping us out. Like
but in terms of capital, remember we started with 1,000 each, and then we just like rolled that over and over
Yeah.
and over again. So we didn't have much, maybe like 10 grand at the time.
yeah,
but
maybe
we had a
if we were
store
lucky.
for the shit,
10 grand at
then-
the time, and what year?
and like
This
tied
was
up in
2015,
inventory.
2015
yeah.
when you were doing the sneaker
Yeah.
con
Yeah.
runs.
Yeah, so
So
that
all the money was in play. There wasn't.
yeah. No, we
And
were
I think at the
literally-
time it was just ATC was around.
yeah. Well, no, they
Or they had
right
just
when we
closed
they
down.
closed the week before we opened the physical store. For
So
the first
now
time.
it's like you don't have to trust consigning your stuff at my house. You have a physical
actual
location
drop-off
where you
spot.
can drop it off.
And I don't know if we talked about it on this one, but ATC was the first consignment shop in Miami
Mm-hmm.
that just stole everybody's shoes when they closed. They literally closed up shop one day to the next. We're
Crazy.
fixing the floors.
And they had crazy inventory.
and stole everybody's shoes. I'm talking NYC Pigeons. I'm talking London Dunks. I'm talking Paris SBs.
And that's before all those shoes blew up.
Yeah,
in
so these
price.
are like $1,000 shoes
This
at
is
that
when
time.
the Paris SV was like $3 grand. So I was like,
no
oh my
shoes
God.
were 3 grand.
Exactly.
yeah.
Nowadays, those shoes are
It's fucking
40,
40,
20,
50K.
like some crazy
Yeah.
shit.
So
And imagine if you had your Paris SBs there, and you're the type of person that, you know, if your shoe didn't sell, you'd keep it. Be like, damn, I would have had that shoe
Yeah.
right now. Like, those guys didn't close down.
insane.
Let's mark it on
Sell
Paris
my
SB.
shit.
and I'm not gonna lie to you, I had consigned shoes at ATC, and like in all honesty, you go all the way to South. It was in South Beach, by the way.
South Beach.
You go to South Beach, that's no man's land, bro.
Yeah,
you don't
like,
go there.
When are you ever gonna be?
I
back
would
in-
drop a shoe off and forget I even had it there. So sometimes I'd be like, oh shit, I do have a shoe there, and I pop in and they'd be like, oh, you gotta check, random as fuck. And I had like kind of a rapport with
You
Mark,
were
our
popping out
friend.
to South Beach at the time.
Nah, bro, I barely even had a car at the time, so it was hard. It was hard to get to South
Same.
Beach.
Because you were at the store in Hialeah. Yeah?
No, this was before. This ATC had been open for a while.
Before, so you're
It had been open for like 4 or
going-
5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
it looked like on social media at the time.
They were killing
It looked
it.
like they were killing it. Fabo would pop up.
Yeah, they had
Over the
all.
Fabulous, and
This was
all
at the
these
time where
rappers
everybody would go to
pop out.
South Beach. I'm talking about like all the rappers would go. Everybody was there for sure. But yeah, so ATC closed. They stole everybody's shoes. Imagine we are the next in line to be like, hey, we're a consignment shop. Trust us. And somehow, some way, we're able to make people trust us. It was crazy.
I am, but you know,
It was crazy as
12.
fuck, but yeah, it worked. So then, yeah, the store, we just pretty much organically grew it. We never paid for no followers. We never
When
paid for
did you start?
promo.
I mean, you two. were
We
in
stopped
there-
doing
you-
the sneaker con shit, right? So
yeah,
this
but you
is
two in the store every day.
every day, bro.
Every day.
Every day.
When did you hire? When did you find the time that you were like?
So our
we
first
gotta
hire,
add someone onto
our
the
first
team?
hire was Tyler. Tyler helped
Tessie.
us out. Tyler would do sneaker cons with us locally, and then we ended up hiring him. He helped us out. Then Rappo joined the team. Like he stopped working. We're not gonna talk about that. And then Rappo, who was Christian Padron,
Super Joe.
he started working for us. And then Tyler came back. And
Don't
then
remember Rappo
we-
in the beginning?
oh, he was.
I
I
was talking
thought
to Andy M.
this is
about
gonna sound fucked up. I thought he was autistic. It just
Yo,
seemed like that. It
what?
seemed
that.
like
He just
that.
wasn't.
He wouldn't
it was
talk. He was
weird, it was
nonverbal.
weird,
He
it
just
was weird.
did not talk. He was just a guy. He was just wouldn't talk. So we had that guy helping us with shipping and the random shit.
He'd answer the phone and
Yeah, he
and
would-
like it was so funny. Like, and then we're trolls, so we're in the background.
We're just listening,
making him
like-
more nervous. It was the best.
was-
man.
yeah,
the
it was
best.
fire
But
as
we
fuck.
got him to open up, and now you know he's a
What
manager.
year-
Shout out Rappo.
Current
this
manager.
this was like 2015.
is when you added to.
We started adding, but even then, I'd be there every day. He'd be there every day. It was literally like we had nothing else to do, bro.
We were open every day, and
we were dedicated to it.
Whatever. If we weren't gonna. If we had to do something or some shit,
we'd figure it out.
But
and then so we grew the store organically to 2016, 17. We met you in 2016, 17. You know, we started. Emilio joined the team, and then because he used to work at Sports Authority with us, Emilio joined the team. Raul joined the team. We had customers that we fucked with that would eventually, you know, hang out so much that we were like, hey, you want to work for us or you want to work with us, whatever.
Raul would show up all the time, and he would be our vintage guy.
Yeah, he was the vintage guy. So he
loves Raul.
And this is like when vintage was not
nothing,
really.
bro. Like, it was not popping.
I mean, it was, but like
We maybe had like 20
wasn't the
pieces on
wave
rack,
that it.
and they were all Raul's or sometimes your stuff because
random
he
shit.
was always into that too. And then, or you like the polo, so we'd have like
polo and jerseys only.
stuff. And
Big polo guy.
and then we brought Raul in afterwards. And it's just like if you're a good person, you're hanging around the shop. It seems like, oh, okay, you're gonna get a job, and that's how it.
It became a joke. It was like, oh, that guy's lingering. He's trying to get a job.
Yeah,
that's how it turned into that.
Boom.
Yeah, boom. You got a
job.
You know, you got a job.
You got to clock in 80 hours of lingering, and then you get offered the job. That's how it works. But yeah,
Still works that way.
Maybe.
If any of the kids out there are looking for a job,
not hiring at the moment. But yeah, so
I feel like it's been 10 years of us saying we're not hiring at the moment.
The lingering isn't. It's not a thing anymore.
it's
We
just
just encouraging, like, oh, you want a job at Daily?
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's
Do
not gonna
not linger.
Oh, well, Tyler doesn't want you guys lingering.
That was a
sorry.
straight shutdown on the lingering.
do not. We got no. Yeah.
AC's broken
AC's
right now. I
broken,
don't think
don't
people
come.
want to linger.
AC's
broken.
fucking big buried
damn,
over.
AC's
Oh my
However-
god.
Might get back to school is coming around. DM us your resumes. Me and Rapper will take a look at them.
You heard the man. You heard the fucking man.
Don't linger though. No lingering.
Don't linger.
You will not get hired.
Yeah.
I think we're too out the way now for people to be lingering.
Too out of the way.
Yeah, like
there's no
one wants to
consistent-
drive
yeah.
down here. There's hella traffic. Like
You're
unless
West
you're in
Wynwood.
the
Everyone's
area.
hanging out in Wynwood.
That is
Not really. No.
tourists.
No?
Just
Tourists.
tourists. A lot of Argentinians.
Only you hang out there because you basically live there.
I'm a local.
You're
for
rich.
sure.
But yeah, let's move it along. So we were we were in Hialeah until 2018, right? And at that point, we had racked up a good amount of followers. We had a good following. We sold a shit ton of stuff online.
How rough was it in the beginning of opening the store?
I mean, it was tough just because we didn't, bro. I didn't make no money. He didn't make no money for
But
at
you're
least like
expanding-
almost 2
expanding
years.
quickly,
What do you
or
mean?
just building that you're able to grow?
Yeah, I mean, we're just working on building our rep so people knew who the fuck we were.
Remember our Black Friday deals?
Yeah,
Black
bro.
Friday.
Like,
We gave out
dude,
deals. Our whole thing was, yo, we give people the best prices. That way they just keep coming
that's
back.
how I
And
felt.
it worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
So there was a time, I don't remember the year. It had to be around 2016, 17 when we were doing our taxes.
Yeah.
And we were going through all the stuff that we sold
It was
the
insane.
year before.
We could not believe the fucking
that had like 4x. So like we were selling
black cement 3s,
Bread
CDP 3s,
4s,
bread 4,
all type of
2012 bread
shoes,
4s.
dirt cheap, and it'd be like
Under
damn,
under market.
those were brand
Bro.
new, and
Oh, and they
there was
We would
that's when
sell-
shoes
there
were,
was
yeah.
no
Yeah.
market
Oh, yeah,
back then. It
shoes-
was either you went on Flight Club
Or eBay. You'd have to
Or
search eBay,
eBay.
sold this
Yeah,
thing.
of
or like
course.
pick your shoes.
Or pick your
They
shoes.
resold shit.
Random shit.
And like there wasn't a lot of places where there was no market, there was no StockX, there was no
A lot
Go.
of eBay. A lot of eBay.
eBay was, I would say eBay
and
was probably
people
the
did
best.
not fuck with eBay
'Cause
like they didn't believe that if you bought something on eBay, it would safely make it. to
Yeah, there was a lot of scamming.
Big scam.
Scamming was
A lot of
rampant on
scamming going on.
fucking eBay.
People thought
At that
eBay
point,
was
yeah.
like the worst. So
You'd buy something and you'd get, like, you'd buy Oreo 4, you're getting a pack of Oreos in the mail. Like, people
How
were
many Oreo
and now
packs did
when
you receive?
I didn't, but I've seen it
You've
on
got
Instagram.
some. You've got a few.
I've never,
You've got
never.
some good packages.
You bought Bordeaux 7s, you got a pack of Bordeaux Pepperidge Farm cookies. That's what you got. It was
So-
bad, bro.
You love.
what's
Pepperidge
crazy
Farm
is that
Shout out Pepperidge Farm.
if we sold the bread for that came out in 2012 in 2016 for $250, it's because someone was okay with selling us that shoe.
Yeah.
Or even earlier than that, when we first started in 2014, if we bought a bread 4 and we sold it for $225,
But
that means it was on Craigslist for your
Yeah,
asking price, which was low.
Was this a lot
Like,
of
we
brand new
didn't-
should or more?
We sold a lot of used,
Yeah, we
but
sold
when we
only-
had that stock, bro,
We didn't believe in that.
yeah, that's
we were like, we don't want that shit.
because you would have to put up for the high. We
too
didn't
much
want
money.
to. But we did get blessed from time to time. We ended up finding some really good clients that would consistently sell us shoes, bro.
Lou, the tall dude.
Lou?
Remember, he was like one of the first guys that consigned with us.
Oh, yeah.
Spanish dude, tall.
Him,
Shout out
Rick,
Rick. Frank, shout out big
Frank, Olivia, you are the fucking man. We appreciate you heavy.
Like,
we wouldn't be who we are without you.
He was the first dude that would like, yo, I need everything in size.
He had a hit list. We would literally hunt for shoes for him.
And we couldn't believe how easy it was. It would be like, damn, well, look, this is coming out. I need it. This is coming. I need it.
For just the
Like,
committed to the
any-
committed
just committed
sale.
to
And if we
every
posted
time.
something old that he didn't have,
Sold.
snap call. He'd
Yeah.
hit me up. He'd hit him up, whatever. And the most
Sniper.
genuine guy. He still loves shoes. He works on like movie sets and shit.
a good guy.
But like people like that residually will come back to us.
That
sell
helped us.
stuff.
That helped us in the beginning. Like that's how we were able to build it. And
And the margins were dirt.
It was dirt, but we turned over so much, bro. Like we're literally USPS. We'd drop off at USPS in the beginning, and
Guys.
our cars would be packed with fucking
Listen,
shoes every
listen.
day, bro.
No bullshit. When did we start marking stuff at 30% higher than what we paid?
Oh no, it was way later.
Tyler, when did we start the 30% markup thing? Maybe a year ago.
2022.
Very
Maybe a
recent,
year
yeah.
ago.
Before
Like,
then,
our
it was.
margins
You're saying
were-
they were always less than
We
30%.
always
Yeah,
worked
always.
off volume.
It was
I
literally
was-
just
I
okay,
remember.
He
whatever
just
we're
said
comfortable
it.
with making.
It was literally 2022.
We would spend $400 and put
To make-
something up
yeah.
for 20% margin.
Yeah.
Until recently, that now we're like, yo, make sure everything goes up 30%.
Or a certain percentage.
And like we've always been a volume thing. Our website,
Volumes, yeah, it was.
in the store.
That's what helped for sure.
And then we want to have the best price. Who cares about, if I sold you a Panda for 500, you might never come back. It's like we want our customers to come back and want to spend more bread.
That's how it fucking happened, bro. That's how we made it happen.
So that's been our business model. And I feel like, what year were we
How
in
long were
right
you in
now?
Hialeah for?
So we moved in 2018,
That's what I want.
and we moved because space became a major issue. We moved our stockroom like twice, 2 or 3 times.
We outgrew it.
We outgrew it, bro. We
ran
had
PT.
shoes falling everywhere. Shoes, bro. It was
Store
bad.
was fucking crazy.
It was bad.
Shoes
It got to the point
everywhere.
where
We
I'm
have
pretty
moved-
sure there's pictures on people's Instagrams where they would show, oh, here I'm at Daily, and you'd see the rack, and there's like 50 pairs of Game Royal ones, 30 pairs of Human Races just stacked on top. It was so ugly, bro. But we had to do what we had to do just
And
to
we
make
got
it work.
by, bro.
We got by, bro. And then we were like, okay, we got to move.
It would look like you've ever been to McDonald's and played in the little play thing, and you have to put your shoes in the little.
Oh, it was
cubbies?
so bad, bro.
That's how our show.
It was just shoes stacked on
just
top of each
shoes
other.
on top of shoes, but they were all great deals, and people sometimes you'd have that, and then the next day it'd be gone.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah,
we
no.
needed more space.
Yeah. So
That
we
was
moved.
like-
We moved out here in 2018. We've been here since
Late
2018.
2018.
Late 20. It was November 2018.
November of 2018.
We
we're
moved
here
a week
where are
before
we
Black
now?
Friday. Yeah, in this location, we got the space we wanted. It worked out, even though we kind of still need a little more space, but it worked out.
First, we were looking at a spot in Little Haiti,
Yes, we went to a spot in Little on 54th,
and then we didn't really like it for whatever reason.
and then the
Location, all
realtor
that
lady was like, "Oh, I think I got a spot for you. It's right next to this bar, La Rosas." We're like, "What the fuck is that?" Yeah,
And
we had no
Wynwood
idea.
wasn't really like that crazy back
It
then.
wasn't as crazy.
But it was dope that we were like a few blocks away.
So we checked it out. It had a lot of work to do. I think we signed the lease like in September. No, not even. We signed the lease in summertime, and we didn't move in until November. So it was like 5 months where we had to wait for the AC to get fixed, the painting, all the layout to be done, everything. The front door had to be changed out from a garage door to an actual retail door. It was insane, but it ended up working out. And yeah, we've been here since
Still
then.
there.
Yeah.
5 years.
Our website's still popping.
Where can they find you at?
Daily MIA is the website.
When did we change to daily? Do you
We
remember
changed to
that?
daily in
I wanna say when we
2016.
moved here.
No, it was in
No.
2016.
I think it was after.
It was when we started fucking with Derek G. Shout out Derek G.
Big shout out to Derek G and them.
He was doing a bunch of big shit, and just randomly one day I was like, bro, I think we just need to change. Like, we need to think about marketing, and
And also when we made
Changing
the
the name.
clothes, it was like
Yeah.
Kicks Daily.
it was just a lot. It got to a point where I was
We
like,
would
bro,
drop the we are, right?
so Instagram was so popping.
The we are turned to the Kicks
Yeah,
Daily.
yeah.
Well, we would do WAKD.
I know.
So course you
At
do.
that time, Instagram, people like saw people selling shoes on Instagram, and so they're like, "Oh, I'll make an Instagram too and sell shoes." And everybody would do Kicks this, Kicks Anonymous, Kicks Unlimited, Kicks this. I was like, bro, I'm fed up with the shit. Just change it to daily. It's more marketable. It's so simple. And at the end of the day, you know what it means. We get shoes every fucking day.
There
There's
was
new shoes
also
every
that
day.
era on Instagram where everyone's page needed to say daily after it. Like Jordan's Daily.
Yeah.
Remember those pages? I don't know if you remember that.
For the
but-
daily
With the
posts of,
hashtags, this is when hashtags
yeah,
were
like
first popping.
hashtags. Like if whatever you went into, if you were into BMWs, it'd be like M3 Daily, and then there'll be a page for it.
And
Or
guess
M3
what? We
Daily,
were
every day
Kicks
they post
Daily.
M3s or whatever. So it became kind of gimmicky, and
Yeah.
then the daily thing was just like, damn, it goes with everything.
Yeah, it was
If
just
you cut hair
easier.
and you do that every day, you don't want to rock a daily tee. I cut hair
daily.
daily.
What someone does on a daily.
Yeah,
basis.
with daily basis, it's a lot more marketable. It's easier. It's
Yeah,
easier
for
to
sure.
remember, and it's just catchier. So we started
I
using
agree
that, and
completely.
yeah, pretty fire. People like it.
Well, we did the lighters.
We did lighters. We started doing T-shirts. I mean, you probably seen our shirts on many athletes out there. You know, you already know. Many musicians. You already know. It's a thing. But yeah, change the name.
What you got for
Super
us,
easy.
buddy?
Yeah, for you.
Not
Where'd
even
Tessie
paying
go?
attention. Don't worry about Tessie. Worry about you.
So move to the new store. This is
2018.
2018,
2018.
and now we're
So
in 20
celebrities start showing up.
yeah, we started.
We had a
that was-
couple in
You
the
had
Hialeah
celebrities
store,
back in
yes.
Hialeah.
We had
did, but
we had
not
one.
as often.
We had one. His
Who was that?
Jay fucking Balvin.
Big
Shout out Jay
Balvin.
Balvin.
Hey,
Pulled up in
hey.
the Maybach. Wait, who?
We had Boozer.
Oh, Carlos Boozer.
We had a couple of
And Trinidad.
Balvin was massive.
And
at the
Trinidad.
time.
But the
Yeah,
biggest
of course,
person that
yeah.
came,
Shout out Dad. Shout out
100%.
Dad.
Balvin was crazy.
yeah, shout out Dad. 100% was Jay Balvin. Pulled up in the Maybach in the
Yeah.
middle of weak ass Hialeah.
Weak ass Hialeah.
It was
I
insane.
remember we were like, there's a Maybach outside.
Whose Maybach is that? And then Gabby at the time was working for us. He started
Yeah,
working.
shout out
He got
Gabby.
picked up by his mom, and his mom was like, "Is that fucking Jay Balvin?"
I was working that.
And she was trying to fanboy, and he's like, "Nah, bitch,
He's
nah.
like, "No,
we
mama,
gotta
I wanna
go. We
ask
gotta
him."
go."
But
She
then
was
he
trying
ended
to
up
fanboy
asking us,
her.
and we were like, come on, Gabby.
We're like, Gabby,
you know
get-
better.
Did you let her or no?
No, we're like,
No,
Gabby,
we
get the
told
fuck out of here,
Gabby,
bro.
come
Get
on, Gabby, you know better.
get in
Why'd
the
you
car
even
and get
ask?
out of here,
Get
bro.
out. He's like,
fuck
I
outta
know,
here.
but they wanted me.
Yeah.
It was his mom and his aunt.
And his aunt.
But
Yeah.
Say love big
once we
Balvin fans.
moved, a lot more celebrities would show up like randomly and more often. And Hialeah was like once every blue moon or something like that.
It got to a point
is
here-
Celebrity something you care about?
Of course,
Well, I mean,
it's
bro,
cool. It's
you
cool.
Post
You
that
know.
on Instagram.
Yeah,
people
people
then
like that.
it goes with status and notoriety and like.
It got to a point where I'd be on my off day, and they text like, "Oh, what's his name is here? Like, this random person's here, random athletes here," and we're like, "Okay, cool."
And then like people that you grew up as a fan.
Yeah.
When Fabulous came.
Oh
We're
yeah,
like,
shout out Fab.
Fabulous is at the store.
It's crazy.
It's just dope. It was the reason why we moved to Miami. You get me? Like
Rather
we
than-
to
wanted
get bigger.
Boys to get out of Hialeah.
Yeah, like we wanted to grow. So that comes
We were-
with the
yeah, we were
growth,
limited
you
in
know.
Hialeah.
And then also a more
Paying more,
opportunity with
right,
like meeting
definitely.
people, doing collaborations.
Yeah, I mean,
we do the events.
people
When
like-
was our first event? The Vintage Daily event?
Yeah,
the
with,
ones in Little River,
The one
yeah,
that
with,
was like
VM, with
the
VM.
shitty
yeah,
ones.
the Little River one.
I'd rather
so like
not. I'd rather not think or talk about those.
Well, you'd have to-
it's all part of
story,
why we
buddy.
moved and everything. We wanted to do more.
Those things.
First
Those are
WTF is yesterday was a good event though.
Oh no,
Oh yeah,
that
for
was
sure.
here.
We
I'm
had
talking
that
about
documented
before.
on YouTube.
Yeah,
also.
what? Yeah, the first shout out
On
AP,
our, daily
AP,
channel.
shout out AP. She helped with that. Dealer
Shout out
too.
Manuka.
Shout out them. They helped us out with that. That event was amazing.
You're saying back
Before we moved
then.
here, and the events that we did do, they were fucking awful.
We're
Dog.
not talking about the current events.
Nah.
My dog Tessie.
It was bad. It was bad.
Nah, but for sure, like that's why we moved. That's why we moved to do events, to get our name out there. And
The
then,
move paid off.
And then
1000%.
Winwood popped the fuck off, and like when Kanye came to perform,
Yeah.
I felt like it was around then, when during the Triple Exentacion.
Yeah, that was yeah.
They did the T-shirt. Kanye like
That was-
did like
was
a
that 3
random
points?
pop up at 3
3
points, and
points,
we were
yeah.
like, "Fuck!"
Yeah,
Raul,
we were
Raul
there.
came
we
up
were,
and
we were
went.
gonna, we were supposed
gonna
to
go. We didn't
You
believe.
went.
I
or no?
told all of you, I was like,
You
"Yo,
dropped the
Kanye's
thing.
performing tonight."
We were
just so you
lingering.
know.
We were lingering.
It's
And
$40
it
bucks
was
if you want to see Kanye.
Around
Nobody
that
believed me.
time, that like I would tell
You
myself,
had the drop on the Kanye pop up.
I would tell myself like, "Damn, the move was so
And I
worth
didn't
it."
go.
You didn't even go.
No, that's why I was getting trolled. People were like, "Oh, if you knew, why didn't you go?" I was like, "I didn't want to fucking go. It was I just
you
didn't
don't
want
want to see Kanye.
I wanted,
Motherfucker, I didn't want to go, bro. Leave me alone. Let it be."
Crazy,
Insane.
It's crazy.
But yeah.
you passing on that.
The move was
I passed on it. We were outside.
the move was great. It worked out. I
Yeah.
was super happy with it. So far, so good. The future, who knows what's gonna happen? But yeah,
So what's gonna happen in the future?
I don't know. We're working on some moves right now. We don't know if we're gonna stay here. We're moving somewhere else, but stay tuned. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
More stores or a
anything
different location?
Maybe both. We'll see. Playing it by ear.
Any hobbies?
Well, we're doing a
Hobbies?
syndicate.
Like me,
collab.
myself? Oh, yeah, we're doing... So, yeah, let's talk about that real quick.
I forgot.
So,
I forgot. Syndicate. collab.
so yeah, so we're
like
doing...
Chris.
For the next... We've been working pretty much hard on our merch and more exposure and stuff like that. So we're doing a pop-up with Syndicate LA. Shout out Chris, Manuel, all them boys, everybody. May 12th, I think the weekend of May 12th, we're doing... They're dropping some tees, some hats. We're doing a hat with them. We might do some live printing. There might be a special collab that we're doing with another brand. Yeah, it should be a fun time. Good time.
We also want. Hey, you said good time. We also want to collaborate with Good Time.
We're trying to make it
We've been
happen
talking
with,
about that. So shout out Sneaker Mo.
Their guy Sneaker Mo. Hopefully that'll happen this year.
Things
Something
like
we're
that,
working
you know?
on.
It's not all about just selling shit.
Synergy, bro. Like making it
We've done
happen.
the
You know?
events.
You love
now we wanna
synergy.
Synergy, nothing better.
Hang out with the locals
Yeah.
sometimes. You know how it goes.
What was your question before?
I was just asking if you two have any hobbies that you guys like to do outside of the sneaker game, collecting sneakers.
I
You
have
love
a
cards.
bunch of hobbies. Bowling. Shout out Rob.
It's a fucking jack of all trades over
I'm
here.
about to go play basketball right now with a couple of my
forced
boys.
those,
Private
dude.
location.
It's forced.
I can't give that out.
What'd you say?
Indoor
forced
gym though,
fellas, dude.
beautiful glass
Forced fellas, dude.
backboards,
Love it.
nice actual size regulation court. There's not like a wall in
Weak
the middle
ass
of the court.
basketball.
The AC sometimes.
And I ride bike with my boy Eliud and Joshua Krieger.
Shout out Elliot.
We
Shout
be
out
ripping it
the
all
DJ.
down the South
Oh,
Point
we
Park,
cyclist
South
over here.
Beach.
Yeah.
You guys go on these
Biscayne,
crazy
Sunny
50-mile
Isles.
rides
You,
without me.
you guys are psychotic.
But I'll be
You're
joining.
invited,
I'll be
yeah.
joining you guys.
I want to
soon.
see you
Don't
back
worry,
out there.
don't worry.
buddy.
Hey, I've been biking.
Me hobbies. I got in.
Madden?
I like to play Madden. I back on the Fortnite. I got a dub today. Solo.
The no, but you
won
play the
the-
no
you
build.
one second,
shit.
you
Yeah,
won in-
no
you
builds,
won in
man.
No
Fortnite?
builds.
I won in Fortnite. No
Playing with
builds.
who?
No builds.
Solo.
Solo.
No builds.
They fucking.
Who the fuck builds
They
anymore,
changed
bro?
that game
Get out of here.
completely.
It's a great
If, you,
game.
if they let you win a game, that's
Great
crazy.
question, Tessie. By the way,
We've gotten dubs. Don't do
No,
that.
we-
what are
we've
your
gotten
hobbies, buddy? It's not just
I
about.
got a few more
us.
hobbies.
Get back to your hobbies.
I love comedy. I listen to a lot of comedy podcasts. Shout out Kill Tony. Shout out Krieger for putting me on. Shout out to the improv, fucking Doral Improv.
Sure.
Best place in
This
Miami.
this podcast is going to be on YouTube, but
And Rumble.
the number one live podcast on
podcast.
YouTube is Kill Tony.
Yes, Kill Tony.
Shout out Kill Tony.
And yeah, I still like sports cards. I got into that because of this fucking guy, and I just haven't stopped. So
You love cards.
I'm sick.
You love ripping.
The thing is, I
It's so
stopped,
bad.
and
You
then I
stopped. I
still
kept
see you
going.
posting
I'm
shit. I'm
still-
like, this
I'm
guy's
s-
buried.
I'm so buried. I'm actually.
the thing is that it
you didn't
go-
like that Lamar Jackson 101
That was-
rookie?
Oh, I love it.
That's
I
so
love it
fire.
because I still have cards.
So
I'm buried
fire.
myself.
Oh my God,
But
you're
I do
fire.
not look at the new prices or. What
Oh no,
they
the
go
prices are
for.
so
It's
low.
just
You can
like,
get anything now.
I
It's
don't
cheap.
because then I'll start buying shit.
Yeah, there is kind of a recession going on now.
I mean, they say a lot.
It's
of
just
things.
it's just dead. I just fuck with it because it fucking reminds me of when I was a kid.
It's
but-
dope though. You get to and
You
and
love the nostalgia.
And it's a nostalgia thing, and it's a hobby. So fuck
Yeah.
it. And I'm green as far as I know.
That's
right
a
now.
lie.
I swear to God.
I don't know why
I
he's
think.
lying.
I think.
It's like when you say you're green in poker. We
I
gotta believe.
Check the statistics.
Yeah, check the apps, but then you don't put all the info.
You're a liar, Josh. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything you got? Anything to plug, Josh?
To plug.
Yeah, you got
What
anything
else?
going on?
Wait, we never covered.
We're missing questions
On
about the
episode,
story.
We gotta go
on
hoop, so we
episode
gotta get the
0,
fuck
they
outta
were
here.
gonna get into when you used to live with
1
me.
second.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that real quick.
Wait,
We're missing some points. Tessie,
let's touch on that first.
touch base there.
Let's touch that.
It was 2 years, 3 years that you guys.
Yeah, all right. So
That's back- that's
if
a-
you don't
yeah.
know me, I guess like 5 takes ago they asked me like to describe myself or whatever.
I also don't
I'm a
wanna be-
good judge of character,
I
right?
don't want to
So
be disrespectful to Emilio though. So he also lived with
Emilio,
You-
it was
you
yeah.
both,
So
yeah.
I don't know if
originally,
Emilio.
I love you,
but
brother.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love you, brother.
shout out
Shout out
Emilio,
Big
Big
Tunchi.
Tunchi Grande
Shout out
on
UM.
Instagram.
He was back.
Final Four,
Don't say it.
Fuck you, on.
Stop it there. Don't say what you want
He
to
was
say.
back.
Stop.
This
No.
guy's from
You
Pennsylvania.
shouldn't say it.
I could
Kelvin.
say it, but I'm not gonna say
Don't say. There you go.
Kelvin. This guy's from Pennsylvania. He does not like UM. Don't let him fool you.
He's a Penn State guy.
Yeah,
he met Sandusky. He met Jerry Sandusky.
When I was
going
like
back to
prime
it.
Sandusky.
Me and Emilio
Crazy.
had our apartment sponsored by Barbarita. Shout out to that.
I conceived my daughter in that apartment.
In the future? Well, you used to live in there.
Yeah, I conceived. Got me there.
Okay. Yeah,
John
he
is
had
too-
his daughter.
too
there.
I made my daughter in that apartment.
Beautiful story.
This guy would come to the store, and then you ended up working for us.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've always been a good judge of character.
That was
so
like
I'm yo,
2017.
I fuck
Yeah,
with
we
this
went on a
kid.
trip with this fucking guy 3 days into knowing
Yeah,
him.
he has ambition, so I'm like, all right, I don't mind being around him.
Oh god.
And I offered him my couch to save him on his drives from grandma's
Yeah, because he was living in
house.
Boynton.
Yeah, all the way in Boynton.
So far.
When you had to work for us
I
Friday,
was
Saturday,
working for
Sunday, it's like he would come Thursday night,
I was buried. I was
just
fucking
linger. He didn't pay rent. He didn't buy
buried.
food.
I love that time.
He
It
didn't
was a
buy
great
groceries or anything. It's like I took in a kid,
That was the peak of your
a
life.
grown.
time. I mean,
ass
I
fucking
had
kid.
my. I was living with my grandma. Shout out
Emilio
grandma.
would love
That
it
fucking
when this
bitch.
man would show up at 4 a.m. knocking on
I was
the
also
window
grinding poker back then.
because he was at
Losing
Hard Rock
thousands
in
every
the high
night.
roller room until
Not
4
really
a.m.
grinding.
just getting buried.
I would work all day and I'd leave work.
But
and
yeah, I
then go
trusted
play
him.
poker.
I felt like, man, this kid, he's a good guy. He believes in the hustle. He
Yeah.
has the hustle in him.
I mean, it
'cause
wasn't just about that. I
some
thought we were
dude-
friends
nah,
too.
Of course,
I thought we were
I'm friends with a lot of people, but they'll
Oh,
tell you, "Hey, George never offered me to live with him." So it's like, now look at you. You're one of the wealthiest people I know, man.
I
You've
don't
done
know.
it.
Eh,
You're great.
that's-
wealthy's
yeah.
a stretch.
I mean, he's buried, but
I'm
aren't we
fine.
all? The thing is, I
John's
knew that
John's
this
got
kid.
2 mansions.
I
in
knew that
Leicester.
you were,
Don't do
that.
that.
You had
Don't do
a good. He has good intentions, even though he's a fucking
No, for
master
sure.
troll.
Top tier trolling.
But it's
Top tier
also
trolling.
like I was thinking like, damn, this kid's from Pennsylvania. He's stuck at his grandma's.
Yeah, I
crib,
was living
like,
with
He's
grandma.
he's white.
you know,
working
and
at the
now
store
it's
on the
like, look at it,
weekends.
it worked out. Now you're
Taking
your
college
own
classes.
success story. You're lit.
I mean,
you're good.
we're
You
a
got
long way
you
to
got a
go.
degree.
And I got a degree. Your boy's educated.
I don't even have a degree.
Successful,
so
loose,
You're better. You're a better
loose
man
use
than
of the
me,
worst.
man.
The
School
word.
is the biggest scam. If any of you guys listening,
We already
have
we
children,
talked about that already, man. We,
don't
that
sell
on
your
episode
kids.
zero.
check out
Alright.
episode 0. He talks about this shit.
Did we miss anything?
Where we at, Tessie? On the.
I think we're timed.
I mean,
out.
what's the craziest? What
we're timed out, bro. We gotta wrap this up.
What's the craziest what?
Craziest flip you've had at the store?
Oh yeah, I did. I
That's
asked you
your
this, so let's
question.
continue. This.
I'm
Yeah.
asking your question.
Yeah.
At the store?
What's the craziest flip the store's ever had, and then
Store's
personal,
ever
if you want to say.
It's easy.
Which one?
I think it's the trash bag blink easies.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful.
That was in Hialeah. Some dude comes into the store.
Nah, it wasn't a dude. It was a fucking critter. It was a guy. It was a homeless guy.
No, it's a dude.
It's a
It was a
dude.
he. It was
It's
a
a
he.
guy, but he
was
looked
a he?
homeless.
I even recognize that dude to this day. He came to the store.
He's
like
been here
maybe
recently?
a year or two
Oh, really?
ago. Yes, the dude with the dreads and shit. He's a sneaker collector. So he comes in with the trash bags. He's like, yo, I want to sell shit. I'm looking through his trash bag, or Scrill is, and then I'm looking at a shoe. Skrill's looking at another shoe. Skrill pulls out a fucking blink.
The last shoe was a fucking blink easy one.
We're like, yo, how much do you want for these? Give me $250.
I think the other 2 shoes that he had were destroyed. Like,
This was
that's why I
like-
thought he was homeless. They were destroyed shoes.
That
It
shoe
made no
came
sense.
out, what, 2012? 2009, I'm
2009,
tripping.
yeah, yeah.
2009. It's
Come
a
on,
blink
buddy.
one.
Were you out there
Yeah.
in the streets
Yeah,
or what?
He
I'm
was.
high,
He
I'm
was
drunk,
literally.
whatever.
you in
on
the
street
streets or
for
what?
He says 250. The shoe's clean.
No questions
We're
asked.
like,
he
man,
was
come
paid.
on.
No, we paid. It was $200. 200.
Yeah,
flat.
he
It was
wanted
200.
200 or some shit, and I think we gave him a little more.
I think we get 220 or some shit like that.
Something.
For
We
his
sold
troubles.
the shoe for God
220.
knows what. I don't even think we sold the shoe. We wanted to post it or whatever.